love to talk to you about policy solutions. I'd love to talk to you about policy solutions. We've been out here, I'm out here, not only for George Floyd, I'm out here for Eric Garner, who died in the exact same way that George Floyd died, saying, I cannot breathe in the exact same way that George Floyd did. Daniel Pantaleo, the killer of Eric Garner, never saw a day in jail, okay? Just recently got fired by the NYPD. We don't give shit. We don't care about that. And so now let me talk about policy solutions. This is the protest that you're seeing right now. This is not the first time. This is not radical. This is not. We are not doing something new. There were protests in 1919. There were protests in 1920s. There were protests in 1930s. There were protests in 1940s. You killed MLK. You killed Huey Newton. You killed Malcolm X. You killed all our black leaders. And then you ask us to protest peacefully. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. When you are not being nonviolent, how can you ask us to be nonviolent? When I grew up and I hear all these stories, I hear all the stories about how you assassinated our black killers, and then you ask us to be nonviolent. So what I'm here to say today, Mitch McConnell was on TV today saying that he doesn't know what the solution is. You know, Mitch McConnell, you have a political science degree and you're 80 years old. You were around when Malcolm X was alive. You were around when MLK was alive. You were around when Huey Newton was alive. They gave us the policy solutions back then. People are not saying anything new. We are saying the solutions that our ancestors told us. And so I'm here today to say the only solution to racial inequality is reparations. White people need to give up some of the power that they hold. We all know that. We all know that. But the solution is expensive and it's a big pill to swallow. Okay? So that's why Mitch McConnell's acting dumb, acting like he doesn't know what the solution is. We know what the solution is. We need a power shift and we need an economic shift. We need reparations in this country to resolve the wrongs that were done 400 years ago. We're not marching about anything new. We're not marching about anything new.
Is this you got a couple times this week then, I assume? This is not your first time.
It's not my first time. It's not my first time. I'm 26 years old, and this is not even my first, week, okay? I was out for Eric Garner right here at New York City, Queens, New York. 17-year-old Trevor Smith stopped and frisked just walking down the street on a skateboard. You want to know why NYPD stopped and frisked me? Because I'm black. And because I'm on a skateboard. You know what they called that? Reckless operation of a vehicle. Okay? So they stopped me. They went in my pockets because they tried to go in my pockets because they thought I didn't know the law. They think black people don't read. They think black people don't know the law. You cannot go into my pockets if it's a stop and frisk. They stopped me on the sidewalk because I was skateboarding and tried to go into my pockets. Okay? This is something that we have been out here for way too long. We don't care about black tiles on Instagram. We don't care about hashtag Black Lives Matter by white quote-unquote allies. What we care about is policy solutions. We know the policy solutions. I'm not a policy expert. I'm not new. I'm citing what has been already said by people who have been killed by the United States government. I'm not saying anything new. Mitch McConnell, you were on TV today saying, I wish I knew the answers. You were on TV today saying, this is vexing. He used the word vexing. This is vexing. You're not vexed, Mitch McConnell. You are not vexed, and you are in Congress, and you have the power to put a stop to this. You have the power to put a stop to this through policy solutions. Every American who made, under $75,000 got 1.2K, right? You guys got the money. You guys got the money to pay black Americans reparations, and it's not just monetary. We need a lot more than that. We need a lot more than monetary, okay? There's Confederate statues littered across the country. Why? They were traitors. Why are there Confederate statues littered across the country? When they were traitors. When they were the ones that tried to secede from our country. Yet there's one statue of MLK in D.C. Then I went to American University, and then I ended at NYU master's degree. I'm going to get my PhD. Don't worry about that. We need white people, white kids to be educated, right? I had to go out of my way. Even all those institutions that I just talked about didn't educate me adequately. I had to go out of my way to learn about this, okay? So white America is not teaching white kids what they need to know. Because you grow up and you think that black people should be less than you. You grow up thinking that, okay? So I'm putting it on the elders for not teaching you that, but it's our time now. Millennials, we're rising up, and we have to make sure there's no change that's gonna happen without white people. There is no change that is going to happen without white people.
So is that who you're trying to basically reach with all this? Is that basically the message has to go to white people?
The message has, and I'm actually surprised. This protest has been a lot more multicultural than what I've seen before. You know, protests happen throughout the year. You know, it's not just when national uprisings happen. Protests happen throughout the year. People go to their local city halls. People go to their state capitals throughout the year. Black people mostly. People of color mostly. Right now, what I'm seeing is white people waking up. And what I said before, they weren't awake before because they weren't taught. They weren't taught to look out for these things. They weren't taught to look out for the systemic injustices. And I don't know what it is about right now, but people are waking up, and I am happy to see that, but it has to go further. You can't just go out here in the streets and chant NYPD, suck my D. You can't just go out here and chant Black Lives Matter. That is great. I love this. This momentum is great, something I've never seen before. But we need more than this. We need policy solutions, and I'm not the first person saying this. We need reparations for Black Americans. I am not the first person saying this. I get this from my ancestors.